This place has changed. These guys in their cars, no regard for anyone. It's time to put a stop to what's going on around here.
Got a visual on your suspect.
South Figure 20, we're close to that.
Be advised, federal units on the way. Please transfer control when they arrive.
Negative on that. That's not necessary at this time.
Attention, all units, attention. Pursuit has escalated to Condition 5. Repeat, Condition 5.
Heading right into a construction zone.
All right, I'm gonna nail this guy. Everyone back now.
Arrests are up 30% over last year. You people are just gonna waltz in here and do whatever the hell you want to do?
This is not up for discussion. You've had quite an impressive run. Your recent undercover operation posing as a wheelman to bust car thieves has been exceptional. But these local police stings can take months, if not years, to execute. I don't have that kind of time. We only have a couple of weeks. The FBI is stepping in. I'll be your new point person. We suspect one of the local street racing crews may be involved with an international smuggling ring.
Look, lady, pardon me for butting in here, but these kind of crews, they just don't go do that sort of
Keller, my office doesn't care about turbocharged street thugs. We're looking to recover evidence that we believe is linked to a shipment of cars stolen from the dock a few weeks ago. This evidence will convict a network of crime lords in half a dozen countries, and we have reason to believe that the cars may be in the possession of one of the street crews. Now, they're going to need a wheelman. Your job is to drive. My job is to get you in. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's go.
Hit the streets. The more races you win, the better. And remember, don't play it safe. We want them to see you.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I can finally speak. I didn't want to spoil the experience. Need for Speed Undercover. Oh man, so many memories. I remember 2008. I had Windows XP Service Pack 3. Oh, I had some problems with it. I think it was unofficial or something back then, my version of Windows. And so I had to call real Windows Microsoft support to actually get some help from them to activate it, because I had Service Pack 2, I think. And I wasn't able to play this game because this game was only available for Service Pack 3. And boy, that was one of the first real communications with people. Calling someone when you're a kid and asking for help because you can't install a game. That was crazy, man. That was crazy. Well, let's start the race and then we'll see. Good old memories. Now, what can I say about this game? This game is definitely not everything is not 100%. Now, this game is kind of funny because it really feels like those old games where all the cars drive at the same speed. It's so weird. So this game it was not a big hit. People didn't really like, I think, controls. Control is one of the worst things in this game. One of the worst things. But I don't know, it's kinda hard to say. I'll probably not make any comments because I said for me, I've mentioned it in some of the previous games. For me, the story is way more important than the controls and all those little bugs and stuff. It's true that it's not the best that they could probably do, especially that we had a pretty good system, more or less, in Need for Speed Underground 1, 2, and Need for Speed Most Wanted. But I guess, as I said, I don't really care about it because, as you have seen, that during the intro there is a storytelling, and I really like it. The intro, the real humans that are interacting, and you kind of feel like you are in a real situation, and it's funny and weird, but I really like it. This progression system is probably not the best one, but it's a little bit like an RPG system. You're getting some improvements. Though in this case you don't have to level them up, it's done automatically, but it's interesting. And you know, I remember this game, even though a lot of people didn't like it, I liked this game. And the reason why I like this game, it's exactly as I mentioned, it's because of the storytelling. There is a story, and there are real humans, and there's you feel, at least I feel, really involved in it, you see, with those EA back then. And I can't say much about right now because I probably don't play many EA games nowadays because I don't know, I just don't like FIFA series. It's not called FIFA anymore. FIFA, whatever the pronunciation is. But I'm not playing any sports games. I don't really like them. And that's it. But back then EA was, at least for me, it was very well known as a kind of game developer, publisher, with all those videos. And those videos are really cool. Like, if you think about it, we have Need for Speed series with videos with the real humans interacting, and you really feel like it's a real world. But then there are strategical games like Command and Conquer, where you had a lot of videos as well. Red Alert 2, 3, what else? Tiberium Wars. And I played those games a lot, seriously. I have played all Need for Speed games, at least back then. And all those Command and Conquer games. And for me, EA, it's really, I really, those videos were really something, a kind of a specific feature or a good thing about EA. And I really associated EA to all those kind of videos, and it's kind of funny, you see, all those memories. And so this is why Need for Speed Undercover, it's exactly the same, you see, we got real actors. And another reason why I like this game, even though I didn't particularly like controls, but it was still acceptable, you know. It's kind of funny. I mentioned in one of my previous videos, in other playthroughs, and I'll probably mention it regularly. I don't really like to make any comments about people's appearances, so I'm not commenting about making any comments about girls if you see girls somewhere and stuff. Neither about girls nor about boys, but when I was a kid, obviously I was more kind of impressed by such things. Or maybe impressed, not the correct word, but maybe I was more open to express my emotions. And probably as any kid, as any boy, I liked actresses. I remember liking back then Christina Milian, and that's how I discovered her. You see, you don't, the big difference with the big difference with the Need for Speed Most Wanted is that you can't tap. Oh, right. The big difference with Need for Speed Most Wanted or other games is that here you don't need to go anywhere. You can basically stay in the same place and just and press tab all the time. So this is something that's not really something good. I guess that's how it is. Just gotta accept it. So back then I appreciated way more actresses, and that's how I discovered Christina Milian. And first I liked Christina Milian, but then after I think playing a little bit more than no, I don't think I played more. I think I replayed it the second time. I wanted to say that I started liking Maggie Q on my first playthrough, but no, I suppose it's I replayed Need for Speed Undercover at some point, and I kind of started like, oh, well, she's not bad as well. It's funny. Yeah. Right now, I'd never say that, but I'm just, those are just, you know, long lost memories from my childhood when I actually. When I was more more open to such things. As I said, nowadays I kind of control myself and my emotions, you know, a little bit better. So I'm not making any comments about, as I said, people's appearances. But it works in two ways. It works in a positive way, and it probably works in a negative way, because you see, the positive way is that you won't hear me saying something, wow, this person looks ugly or something like that, you see. It's inappropriate. AI is super weird. Cars are turning left or right absolutely randomly. I don't see the pattern of the logic behind those actions. They're just randomly turning. We have to adapt. That's it. Oh, he's catching up. That's interesting. So I don't say I don't make any bad comments like certain people, but I don't make any good comments either. So you won't hear me. Probably won't hear me saying, "Oh, someone's is attractive" or something like that. It's super rare when I say that.
Word is there's a big race going down today on the west side. Eyes will be watching you, so steal the show. Make your mark and they will come looking for you.
Yeah. Girl, look at your cuerpo bounce. And all my senoritas keep it low to the ground. Right, girl, love the way you sway to the sound. Menelo, round and round. Right, girl, you move like la salsa. All the way there, what I got manzana. Right, girl, you on fire like ja.
I think there's kind of a change of my mood. I wanted to say, but it's not really a mood. It's this change. It's not a sudden change, but this change of point of view. I think it's related to the fact that in my case, when I started to grow up, I actually I stopped. You know, a lot of people, especially a lot of guys, they sexualize girls, and over the time I started, by growing up, I started when you grow up you start to understand, at least in my case, that's not the case for everyone, because I see even nowadays, even when people are over 20 years old, 30, 40 years old, they still make these weird jokes or make weird comments about girls, oh, something this, something that. Like typically in Spanish, for example, I have heard that some boys are using this word specifically a bad word in Spanish. It based on what I know. Obviously, I'm not living in a Spanish-speaking country, so I can't say much. So it's more like a perspective of just a random internet user. But in Spanish, some boys use this sexualized word mamacita, and it's a word that you don't use for normal girls. You basically, boys who use this word they imply some kind of a sexual context, you see. And there are a bunch of things like that that people are doing that I find weird, you see. And I think when I started, the more I grew up, the more I started to understand that, you see, the respect that it's important to have some respect for other people.
Not bad.
Looks like you've met Hector Mayo. Good. He heads a small ring of car thieves in the area.
Not bad at all, homeboy.
The hair-triggered boy's his brother Zach. Strictly small-time player, but trying very hard to be a somebody.
It's all yours. Took your wheels from one of these losers, that's it.
I remember I was using Lotus Elise back then. Got some muscle cars. Plymouth? Or move? What is the pronunciation? Plymouth? I don't even know such brand. What is this brand? Of course, it's interesting. They all look coffee. Wow. Whatever, let's take Pontiac. So I think over the time I started to understand that you need to respect other people and I got almost the same part. No, it's the same actually. It's important to respect other people, you see, and the best way you can show your respect to girls is to treat them as normal human beings and stop always thinking, oh, she's hot, oh, she's sexy and stuff. But that's, as I said, it's my kind of progression, and that's how I started seeing things over the time. I guess it's also related to the fact that at some point I started to read Bible way more and study it way more. So and I really like those principles, biblical principles. I find them super logic, and I find them super relatable and super cool. This is why probably it influenced me a lot as a person. And it became like a guiding, like a guideline, like a guiding book, like a guide to my life, you know. And it's super cool. So, you know. But as I said, there are still a lot of people who do that, and I even see that in video games, even though a lot of things have changed since early 2000s. And it's true that nowadays in video games, game developers are sexualizing way less than before. But it still happens sometimes. What's funny is that I feel like with this speed, I'll finish the game in 2 hours or something. I don't know. Look, I'm driving nowhere. I'm just pressing tab all the time. I finish one race, I press tab, I start another one. Look at that. Look. Oh, okay. It's not a race. My bad. This is that's the problem. Wow, it's bar strap. But I've already used it. What do you want? What else do you want me to do? Let's go. Okay. And all races start similarly. It's funny. So that's it. So I can appreciate, and I usually avoid making any comments. It's funny, I think I already mentioned this kind of comment that a friend of mine made at some point. Um, but maybe not. Maybe it was in one of the videos that I deleted or something. But so I went to him. We went to eat somewhere. It was a McDonald's with a friend of mine. And he was, and there were random people who were coming inside, because obviously people always come to fast foods, and so he was looking at especially at girls who were coming inside, and it was not only one group, but it repeated. The situation occurred several times during the time that we were eating there and speaking. And he didn't really do anything. He wasn't staring at them. It was just usually the moment when they entered through the front door. So he just looked at people. But as I said, it happened several times. So, and at some point I told him, like, stop looking at people. That's kind of weird. And he's like, well, I'm looking at girls, stuff. I'm not sure. I think he said they're cute or something like that. Or can I look at girls or something like that? And then he said something like, I probably said something like whatever, and he said that, it's been quite some time that we know each other, and I don't remember you saying at least one time when we were on the street or we were walking, because we were studying. It's my school friend. We were studying together in the same class, and what happened is that then he went doing something else, and I went to study at college. So we know each other for some time already, probably 10 years already or something. And so he said that I don't remember you saying a single time that you find some girl cute or something like that, or make any comment, you see. And it's kind of funny because it was just a random phrase for him, but this thing really stuck in my head. But it's not because I'm arrogant or something like that. I don't know. I just don't like to make any comments about people's appearances. I just accept people the way they are, and that's it. I don't really care about origins or languages or something. There are certain things that I don't like, that I don't understand particularly. Some foreigners got a very thick accent, very difficult accent to understand. I hope that's not the case for me. But when I hear certain people speak, for example, when I hear certain foreigners speaking in French, especially from Africa, I'm having a hard time understanding them. Not everybody. Over the time, it started to get better, you see, when I started to get better at French as well. But because French is not my first language, what happened is that you come as a foreigner to a country, right? To another country, and there are other foreigners, but their accent is so kind of different, the way they pronounce things, that you find yourself in a situation where you don't particularly understand them, and it's a very awkward situation. I don't even know what to say about it, but that's it. But as I said, over the time it started to get better, and right now I understand it like 90% maybe of what people say. But as I said, I can give this specific example which is related to some Africans, but I haven't heard all accents. I don't know how Indians would speak French or some other people. I mostly, because in France there are a lot of Arabs from North Africa, and there are a lot of random guys from some maybe countries that are related to France or French-speaking countries like Belgium or something. So like Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, right? And that's it. And from other countries, Cote d'Ivoire and stuff. Ivory Coast in English, but in French it's Cote d'Ivoire. So that's it. So I had in the very beginning it was way more difficult. Nowadays it's better, but I guess it depends where the person comes from.
Good. Word is spreading fast that you can drive, but they're going to remain suspicious of a newcomer. We need to give them something to talk about. Start getting into it with the local authorities.
Ooh, BMW, look at that. M3? It looks like the one from Most Wanted. Purely the car, not the exterior. I feel like the race is on easy difficulty or something like that. It's just gameplay, transmission units, cautious leaderboard. There is nothing related to game difficulty. What's cool about this game is that it's the fact that you kind of get back to this vibe of street racing, even though the game, I can't say that it's really like, if you compare it to the Need for Speed Most Wanted, you felt way more the street racing kind of culture. Maybe it was related that you needed to drive somewhere and you weren't able to choose. You weren't able to just press tab like in this one. But these videos with this kind of this random gangs, or I don't know how can I call them, these random guys and girls, it's really a big flashback to that to Fast and Furious especially. It was a big hit in the early 2000s. This street racing movies and video games. Need for Speed, like look at Need for Speed Underground 1, 2, and then Need for Speed Most Wanted, and Need for Speed Cabron. Wow, that's it. And so these videos, there's this vibe of those of that street culture. Things went horribly wrong. At least for me. But I feel like that's the case for everyone. If you watch those first Fast and Furious movies, and if you played, or if you have seen videos of Need for Speed Underground 1 and 2, and maybe most 1 as well, you'll probably recognize this vibe. Especially especially those moments when where you see some crazy mad guys with cars and half-naked girls. I don't know how to say it differently, but girls in provocative clothes. I hope YouTube won't block the video because of the music, because YouTube, Twitch, they really, this DMCA or whatever the name is, DMCA, or those copyright things, they are very, very annoying for average YouTubers and streamers. You can't you can't record anything because some owners, they reclaim rights and they block music and videos, that's what when you start to upload something on YouTube or on Twitch, you start to face this problem, and you understand how annoying it is. Why are you creating video games with the music that can be used? Like, it's great for average players, right? But there are people who are showing the gameplay, right? It's important for some people to show maybe old games or new games. Some people don't have a good PC to play them, or maybe they're not willing to do that for some reason. So they want to watch some videos on YouTube, and then you got those parts in videos where oh, sorry, it's blocked. Part of your video is blocked, this is blocked, that is blocked. There is music, there is this, there is that. That's all.
Vehicle's a sports car, hang on. The yellow sports car. Trying to get you a make and model for it.
And we're currently headed east. Stadium Street.
Dispatch, 1038, repeat, 1038. We got some guys hurt here, need immediate medical attention.
I lost my visual on the vehicle. Hold on.
Attention all units on the code 3 chase. Suspect was last seen driving northbound on Stadium Street. Units on the chase, let's set up a quadrant in the area. All other units, we need you patrolling within the zone.
Dispatch, this is 6-8. We're gonna need more cover here. Or containment's gonna fail.
You're making an impression. Keep up the good work. They will call. Trust me.
Well, I can say one thing for sure. Is that controlling cars here is way easier than in the Need for Speed The Run. That's for sure. Oh boy, Need for Speed the Run. I like the story, but controlling cars is a disaster. When you need to maneuver and you're not able to turn, you're not able to do what you need to do, that becomes a problem. At least you turn super easily here. Maybe even too much. But it's an old game. No sense to complain. That's how it is. Just accept it. Deal with it or deal. Take it or leave it. I feel like it's funny because I feel like I'm playing this game not because of the gameplay, but purely because of those videos you see with characters, because of the story. It's fun. Just to refresh my kind of childhood memories. At least your car is not getting destroyed when you bump into something. Just stay on the same place and press tab all the time. That's how you can describe Need for Speed Undercover. But you see, it's interesting. They tried to improve the Need for Speed experience when they did Need for Speed Undercover. They put a lot of different music styles in this game, and which seems to be pretty interesting and cool. And it's some kind of it was a good feature that a lot of players appreciated back then during Need for Speed Underground 1, 2 and Most Wanted. So they tried to take the best from Need for Speed Most Wanted and make another game. You got police here, police chases, you got obviously girls, and you got
Dispatch, this is Sunset 2-3. Yeah, I'm attempting a 1096
It
with
even
multiple parties.
zooms the same way
These
as
guys
the
are all
Need
over
for
the
Speed
road.
Most Wanted.
Stand by for cover.
So they took all this good things from
Got my hands full here,
Need for
dispatch.
Speed Most Wanted and tried to
Back up.
kind
That's
of
gonna be 10-4.
improve it.
Got you some more ground units. They're heading up now.
Based on what I remember it didn't really work. The music is fine, and those cinematics are fine as well.
Zach. Yeah, that's right, we met. Look, now I want to see what you've got. 6 p.m., Old Cutler Road by the drive. You and me, Beto. You and me.
Dispatch on that code 6, party splitting up.
Units on the pursuit. Heads up, I got a status update for you. The vehicle was last seen at East on Stadium Street. Supervisor wants a quadrant to be set up. Stand by. Position should be coming up on your screens now.
Remember, Zach may be small time, but he still may be our way in.
I feel like it's funny because it feels like, you know, to make an average boy happy, you need to, or like a Need for Speed fan happy, you need to make what you need to do in the Need for Speed new iteration of the game. You need to put girls, at least one. It's better if it's several girls. You need to make street racing, and you need to and there should be some kind of a story and a possibility to customize your car, and that's it. And this is why at some point it started to become
But obviously you can drive better.
bothering,
I may know some
at
action
least
for
for me.
you. I'll keep you posted.
Because it feels like we're all treated in the same way. I don't want to say that I feel insulted or something like that. Like people are overreacting nowadays. You can't say anything. Oh no, you hurt my feelings. No, not at all. But it feels like a lot of boys are treated in a way that guys are trying to make this fantasy come true. To put all what they like in a game. Attractive girls, street racing, and customization and stuff. That's what you need. And especially the case with girls, because if there are no girls, no, it's not good. And you see, this is what started bothering me at some point. I feel like feel like it's sad. It's sad that it's considered as something normal to. There's nothing bad to put girls, female actresses, or male actors, actors or actors or actresses, but but it kind of becomes problematic. It becomes a little bit problematic because it feels like everyone is treated the same, that all boys are obsessed with girls, and the only thing that they want from them is just to look at them, admire them, and have and sleep with them, which is not true, you see. This is why this question of dignity, it becomes the most important question at some point in your life. This is why at least for me, I stopped. I understand that self-respect is way more important than looking and you know at random girls and be like, oh, she's so attractive, like a lot of boys do. You see, I find it sad. But as I said, you see, it doesn't mean that others can do that. Others can do whatever they want. I don't really care. We're all free to do what we want. I think that it's not because I don't like pineapples that pineapples is a bad fruit. You see, so I may detest pineapples. I might hate them, but it's not because I hate pineapples that pineapple is a bad fruit. I just don't like pineapples, that's it. So, in this case, it's exactly the same. You don't have to agree with me about this thing. It's just my personal evolution, but what I notice is that a lot of guys who are kind of dreaming about this kind of things, who are idealizing girls and who are sexualizing them, the only thing they care about is sex. That's it. And it's sad because we're not animals, and I do not consider myself an animal. You see, I'm a human being. I don't live only to sleep with someone. There are so many things that we can do. We can think, we can create, we can discover new things, we can build, we can do so many different things that being this typical boy who is limited by, oh, there's an attractive girl, oh yes, please, no. Right now I'm recording Need for Speed Undercover, but I will probably replay games like Prince of Persia 2008, because I feel like the quality of my previous videos is not that good, and I really enjoy the character of Elika. And it's rare that I praise something, so if I praise something, if you hear it, then I really mean it, you see. But I think they made the character of Elika. I made a video about it, a philosophical video on my other channel, about perfect female characters, and Elika is one of them. There are several characters like that. There is Suki from The Last Airbender. They made her amazing as well. There's Elika from Prince of Persia 2008, and there are some other characters. I probably won't tell them all because I don't remember every single female character. I can probably find even more of them if I dig deep enough, you know. But in order to dig, I need a shovel. I need to think about it. I don't remember all characters. But that's it. And so Elika, I think that they made Elika a very cool character. They made her just a real relatable and good character, I think. When Prince is making his kind of silly, dirty jokes, Elika is like, there is this moment, I can't forget it, but there is something about this moment. She's like, I'm very well read. And man, that was, without going dirty, it was just the way she answered it, you see, it was a little bit sassy, but without going too much, You see the mic, don't see the mic, disappear. So she knows the boundaries, she knows the limits, you cannot surpass them, so you can talk about certain things, but not too much. Man, I loved it, seriously. Their dialogues are... Whoever made dialogues for Prince of Persia 2008 deserves a raise. Seriously. Or if it's a team, they deserve a better salary.
Yo, I got something for you, man. A couple of rides we want to get our hands on. So show up at the south side, and we'll see how it goes.
Auto show.
Get this car to the chop shop in one piece. Then we'll talk about employment. I'm taking a chance on you. And some chances, I don't like.
It goes a little bit faster.
Division be advised. Report of a felony grand theft from the Altamont Auto Showroom. Suspect drove through a plate glass window.
Hey, you got company! Get rid of the police before you do anything else!
Dispatch, Unit 21 here. NCIC confirms this driver's wanted. Stand by. No pursuit. Suspect's driving a silver sports car. Hang on here. Let me see if I can get some more details. Speeds in excess of 120.
Pursuit be advised, suspect description matches.
And so what I also liked about Elika, well, we can argue about that. Probably some people might disagree with it, but it's true that her outfit is probably, some might consider a little bit, maybe not provocative, but on the limit, on the verge of being provocative, but
I got him. Suspect got round the block. He evaded the block. Got another one going fast.
But by today's standards, it's fine.
Clear all units for this call. I'm gonna need some help with this one.
Don't believe this guy. He's on the block.
We just spotted him. Moving in.
He broke
They
through.
just don't know. But I think that's something good about Elika and Prince, is that, as I said, even though Prince sometimes makes bad jokes or inappropriate jokes, Elika, she stays, this kind of adequate and respectable character. She got a mission, she got a goal, she tries to
I'm having a hard time keeping up with this guy. He's unbelievable.
Follow it.
Hey, lose the 5-0 already.
Our runner disrupted civilian vehicle. Minimal damage. 1042, block him. I got the other side.
Officers on the way up to the pursuit call. Vehicle was last seen driving east on Gold Coast Highway. Quadrant to be set up around the area. Call still be handled on channel 2, please.
Get good work getting rid of the cops. Now bring the
And
car
so
over to the chop shop.
why I mentioned Elika and stuff is that she is really, she got some dignity. You see, it's very important to have self-respect, and I think that you don't have to be sexualized as a character, and especially as a girl, in order to be interesting. You see, you can be very intelligence is attractive as well, and just the way she answers and stuff, the way they speak, their dialogues, you see, it's quite often it's quite sassy, but between Prince and Elika. Yet despite all of that, as I said, Elika knows limits. She's not going he's not doing things that are not allowed. I don't know how to say it. She knows the boundaries, and that's really great. And I wish there was more characters like her, which are not inappropriate, which are not sexualized, but are super interesting because the way they speak, their characters, see, the way they are portrayed in a video game, it's super cool and interesting. And I feel like I'm lacking such characters.
Attention all units, got a code 6 defusing a pullover for police. Request the units switch over to channel 4 and stand by.
And what's important is that Elika is a support character. She's not a main character.
Yellow sports car. Trying to get the make and model for it.
Even though it's Prince who's helping her with her mission to save the world.
Assuming control. Heading west.
I think if you remove some inappropriate jokes of Prince, you can say that this game is almost ideal. Perfect.
He just turned off. Very few cars.
The code 6 is off view. Hold on, I'm looking for him.
I shouldn't escape. I was so concentrated on my story that my message that I didn't pay attention.
Yeah, I got a visual. I'm back on him. Suspect just flew by my 20. I'm at 36. Minor damage. Just got T-boned.
I killed it just like that.
This is Unit 49 here.
Kind of weird.
I'm on scene. Stand by for instructions. Not yet. He just flew by me. I'm on him. Suspect traveling west on Canopa Way. Repeat Canopa Way. You're now westbound. Now westbound.
This chase will probably conclude the first part.
I got him right here.
Hey guys, 5-1's requesting a situation report. Repeat, 5-1 needs an update. What can I tell him?
Got a bad hit on a civilian car. Alert EMS, get him in here now. We got a huge rig down. There's debris everywhere.
Copy that. EMS on its way. Units on the pursuit call. Suspect was last seen heading west on Jackson Road. This call is still code 6. Please switch over to channel 2 for details.
Roger that, dispatch. I got 4 units with me. We'll form a quadrant northeast of the last 20 minutes.
That was quite a run you had the other day. Oh yeah, hi, I'm Carmen. I was hanging with the guys. So maybe you want to race me sometime? You know, how about across town? Palmetto Bay to Marina. Come on, it'll be fun. Later, bye.
Well, this is the end of the first part, and I'll continue very soon.